Let's talk about the different benefits of virtualization. The first benefit is more flexible and efficient allotment of resources. So we have a resource. Let's say uh, we have 64 GB of RAM. We have, let's say, 2 TB of hard drive. Let's say we have 16 core of CPU. We have that particular hardware with us. Now we want that particular hardware could be used by different students. Okay. And depend upon the requirement of the student will create their virtual machines. Now this virtualization software or virtualization applications will give us the freedom to flexibly divide that particular physical machine into different virtual machine depend upon the user requirement. So that's why the virtualization provide us flexibility as well as efficient allotment of resources. Enhanced development productivity. It can enhance the productivity for the development. It lower the cost of IT infrastructure. So if we require a resource and that resource is not available with us, we can always go for the cloud, and in the cloud, the virtualization will give us those resources, and the cost of taking those IT infrastructure would be reduced. As well as we can take this virtualization in that particular aspect also. Let's say we have one server, and the server will be we are implementing the virtualization on it, and in that particular server many user can use that particular server. So if we provide only one user access to the server, so it is not utilized fully, right? But if many users want to work on that particular resources and we have that server to serve it, so definitely we doesn't have to buy a separate system for all those requirements. So let's say here in triple IT, we have 2-3 servers which are dedicated for the PhD scholars. So the PhD scholar need more computing power for their resources. So what they do is they create, they ask for the access to that particular servers, and this virtualization will create a separate system for them, depend upon their requirement, and they can use that particular server. Now, if we doesn't have the server, so we have to uh, give them the separate system for, let's say, a high-end workstation we have to provide. Otherwise, they have to purchase those high-end workstation. So instead of that, what they are doing is they are using whatever server that we have already. So in that way, the cost will be reduced. Remote access and rapid scalability. Now, remotely we can access, the virtualization will provide us the remote access, accessibility, as well as we can do the scalability very easily. So the virtualization also provide us the scalability, means whenever we require more resources, it can scale up. Next is the high availability and disaster recovery. So whenever we feel like our infrastructure is not working or infrastructure is not available due to some sort of disaster or due to unavailability, but through the virtualization, if we have, let's say, one server available, we can enable them through the virtualization, and temporary we can work, or many people can work on that particular server. Pay per use of IT infrastructure on demand. So virtualization is also giving us the freedom, like it is giving us the logical division of the resources, as well as it is providing us the facility so that the cloud service provider can find it out that if these are the resources, then what should be the cost of using those resources. So that is also the benefit of virtualization. It enables running multiple operating systems. So multiple operating systems could run in one physical machine, and it is possible through virtualization. So as I told you, in my system, I'm already using two operating system on it. One is the Linux, another is the Mac of the iOS. Then definitely it is providing us the multiple operating system to run in one physical machine. So all those are different benefits related